Indeed, greetings unto you, my beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for joining me again on another video. I always appreciate your presence so much. If you enjoy what it is I'm doing, consider liking, consider subscribing, and do leave a comment. I try and answer every single one of them. I hope you can hear me actually. But let's go live. Let me actually get my glass of water. And there we go. We should be going live. I hope we can stay alive for as long as possible. Like the rain is really coming down behind me. It's kind of nice though. I'm not gonna complain at all. I just hope that you can actually hear me. So I don't have my little booklet, but I still want to say something worth saying. And I think I'm going to pull something from like mine. And it's basically the idea that we have this place of stillness within inside of us. This place of serenity and peace and complete knowing in our cores, in the center of our beings. And we should start to reside and start to live in every single moment and every single day into that knowing, into that being. And the more we allow ourselves to actually do that, and the more we influence ourselves into knowing how to do that, the more we'll live closer to our hearts. And I think that is the ultimate goal. What's up, man? Things are good, friend. Things are really good. We're getting a lot of rain, like a lot of rain right now. So yeah, it's very good. How are you? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Good morning or afternoon. Hey, nigga. And it is the 420 stream, my friend. At least it used to be the 420 stream. I don't smoke on these streams anymore. I wanted to say unfortunately, but it's not an unfortunate circumstance. It is in perfect divine order. Hey, my dude, what's happening, bro? Hey, young Tex. Haven't seen you in a while, my friend. Things are good. Things are really, really good. It's absolutely saucing right now. So I'm like a little bit concerned that the stream is going to drop all of a sudden randomly. If it does, do know it's because of my current weather circumstances and not because I wanted it to happen. I do hope you can actually hear me. The rain might be deafening. Like it's hard for me to hear myself even. The rain is pretty chill and calming. I'm happy to hear that, my friend. We have some thunders as well, which is less than calming. At least, I think in some aspects it can be. I remember as a kid, I think the biggest reason I was actually scared of lightning was because of the things my parents told me. Especially so, like, don't go into the bath or into the shower when it's raining because the lightning can somehow find its way to you and electrocute you in the shower. So when I would hear thunder while I was in the bath, I would just imagine like the electricity flowing through the ground, through the pipeworks, through the water, and then reaching me eventually. So for a very long time I was very scared of the lightning, and these days it's just absolutely magnificent. Just before I started the stream, I actually saw like a big bolt of lightning, and I was like, that's neat. And the sound hit me in like a second, where it usually like takes, you know, a while. You see it and then you wait for the sound, and it was like almost instantaneous. And it kind of took me aback. Yeah, you're good. We hear you loud and clear. I'm happy to hear that, friend. I'm very happy to hear that. Hello, Lane. I see you're still using your new account. Like, is your old account not working at all? And can you stream on it again? Because I recently tried to stream on my old account again as well, after they let me know that I should be able to stream again. Still, unfortunately, not able to stream. This little hair. There we go, that's a little bit better. I can actually see. I knew that was gonna be a big one. Like, when it starts to crackle, then you know, like, this is gonna be a thick one. Rain. It's absolutely magnificent. Like, especially for farm life. Like, we need the rain and things have been getting dry. So, and it's weird as well. Like we're technically heading towards our winter season, and we get most of our rain during summer. So like it's great. It's really great. The man of the amazing shirts are back. You still like the shirts? Like I'm just wearing the same. How many was it? 11 shirts? I think 11 shirts. I'm just wearing the same 11 shirts in rotation, friend. But I'm happy that you still appreciate them. Yeah, it's pretty broken. It is pretty broken, Lane. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know what we're supposed to do. Like we've tried, right? We've reached out. We've made our voices known, and they're just like. Love a nice storm relaxes me. It relaxes me as well. Like with this weather, especially, I would love to just be in bed and just doze off to the little fiddle patters. We have what do you call them in English? Tin roofs, I guess. I guess it's a tin roof. Sinkplot is the word we use for it in Afrikaans. It's beautiful. Basically, it's this like wobbly steel, so it like almost amplifies the sound of the rain to the point where you can really hear it. So it's kind of nice. It really is kind of nice living in a house like that where you can just hear this like shh, like that white noise coming over you. What's in the cup? H2O, my friend, is in the cup. Have you ever poured yourself a glass of alcohol and thought, I can't be bothered drinking, and just tipped it down the sink? Like not quite in that many steps, but I did stop smoking. I did stop drinking a while ago, like maybe about 4 years ago, where I used to, before that point in my life, think that drinking was like the only way to actually have friends, and that was the gist of it. I would go to parties where there was friends, people were drinking, I drank with them, that was what you do, right? And it was never something that I actually enjoyed, and never something that I felt served me in any way, because I felt like I was just making myself less than I actually were. So then I went to like one of my cousins, what do you call them? When one of your uncles marries another lady and she has children. So technically she's one of my cousins, but she's like a distant cousin, like a married on cousin or whatever. So her part of the family also came through for her 21st birthday, and they kind of like saw me, and they kind of like, not targeted me, but they were like, we're gonna give this guy a good night or whatever. And they made sure that I had copious amounts to drink. And like what really put the nail in the coffin was the fact that they gave me like a tray full of shooters, vodka shooters, and they told me to go and give it to other people. And I took this tray of vodka shooters and I got to each person, and they were like, oh, I'm not taking a shot if you're not taking a shot. So like that interaction was basically the last thing that I remembered about the night, to the point where I was like waking up the next morning not knowing what happened. And then I learned that I like said a bunch of hurtful things to my mom. I tried to steal people's cars because I wanted to get out of there. And a bunch of other things that I don't feel comfortable like just telling just straight off. Yeah, just embarrassing stuff that I did. Really embarrassing stuff. And for the first time ever, that was the first time ever that I've ever not remembered what I did the night before. Like my previous experiences with alcohol was me being in control, but a little bit more playful, if that makes any sense. And I was aware of what I did the night before and of all of the things that I went through. Then, that night, for the first time, I completely forgot about what I was doing, and I learned the next day that I did things that would be me betraying my character if I was to do that in my current sober state. And I made a decision there and then that I will never get drunk again. And I've not. So, yeah, commitments, my friends, commitments. Love the rain ambiance, but I hope your plants trees will stay safe this time around. Yeah. I think they will. Like last time the problem was there was a lot of rain, like hard rain, and wind together with it. So today, fortunately, we only have the rain, so I'm hopeful that my plants will stay alive. They will stay alive. My bro in Vegas gets rain maybe once or twice a year, and it's a light drizzle for 15 to 20 minutes. Insane. You see, like that's hectic, dude. Imagine, like that's why it's so barren as well. Like right, Vegas is like a desert technically, and then it has that big city, and then it's just desert again. 40 minutes of rain a year. Something crazy. Hey, good morning to you as well, Justin. Hello, my friend. It's raining in Vegas right now. What are the odds? As you were talking about it, you will be. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Edmund. Thank you for being here. And good morning, Mygrove. And do I see any other... Oh, good morning, Naomi. And... Okay, like for now, I don't see any new friends. I'm in Vegas and it's right now. Like it's raining right now, I guess that's what you mean? How's it going? Got out of the shower just in time to catch the stream. I'm happy that you're catching the stream live, Naomi. It is really nice. I always appreciate your presence. And we're creating space here. So me and Naomi were talking a little bit earlier today about how reaching out to each other and being able to communicate directly with each other is something that is beneficial, and how I mentioned that even though we don't always have the capacity to actually reach out directly and talk to each other over the phone, for example, or be it through text messaging or whatever, I feel like since we're doing these streams together and we're basically coming together in this space, we're still in a way in communion with each other and allowed to share, allowed to feel, allowed to express ourselves. And it's amazing. It really is amazing. It's going pretty well today. How about you guys? It's going very well. I'm happy to hear that's going well with you as well, Edmund. That awkward moment when you're getting your prostate checked and you start running your fingers through the doctor's hair. Dark Phoenix, my dude. Yo, like why? My mindset was so like on a path, and now you completely derailed me. It's raining right now. I thought so much, my friend. I'm doing alright. It's been a pretty good bad day, if you get what I mean. It's a good day because of the bad things that happened, or it's a good day because you got past the bad things. Like you have to, I don't know what you mean, Len. You need to elaborate. I'm doing well. I'm happy to hear that. I saw that yesterday and today, the first in months. Is it coming down hard there? I'm curious as well. Texas is getting rain. It's a good thing. It really is a good thing. Yay, sobriety. Yay, sobriety indeed, my friend. Sure. Like I guess you're meaning sobriety from alcohol. And like I believe that alcohol is one of the most destructive drugs in our current society. And what is crazy to me as well is the fact that if alcohol was to be released as a new experimental drug, and they did tests with alcohol to see what the effects of it is on humans and the health benefits or the health implications of it, like there's no way that alcohol would ever be legalized. It would be actually directly just scheduled as a class 1 drug. And yet like we're seeing adverts for alcohol on our TV, our children are seeing it, that and cigarettes as well actually. And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's very addictive as well. And the problem as well with alcohol, for me personally, is just the quantity of it. So, for instance, let's talk about cannabis, because I think cannabis is the most socially acceptable one. For you to get the desired effect that you want from cannabis, you technically have to smoke like 1/10 of a gram. Like think about it. If you pack 1/10 of a gram into a bowl and you hit it once and you keep it in for as long as possible, you're going to have a desired effect from that amount of quantity. For you to be like, if you drink 1/10 of a gram of liquor, it won't even do anything to you, like not even like scratch the surface. You have to continue drinking as well to maintain that feeling of drunkenness. And that is the most terrifying part about it, because it's literally a solution. It dissolves you. It's poison, my friends. You know, we should stop drinking it. Absolutely. Thor's being vocal over there. He is. He really is. It's just like, oh, pay attention to me. Young Tex, not hard, but it's been coming down for 2 days straight. Okay, so Texas is getting some water. That sounds amazing, friend. I'm very happy for you. Good morning from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Is that how I say it? Wow. Welcome, Sergeant Chili Pepper. I didn't know you were from Chattanooga, friend. Thank you for being here with us again today. I love the sound of rain. It's so peaceful. It is. It's also calming down. It's actually not raining at all behind me. You're just hearing the little drips from the, what do you call it? Gutter. There we go. English. Difficult language here. In Vegas, that good man, you guys probably loving it. I can think they're loving it. Having rain for or not having rain for that long, and then getting rain for like 2 days straight sounds amazing. Hey, good morning, Melt and fam. Melt, it was cool seeing your box of rocks last night. Thank you for sharing your collection. Thank you for receiving my collection, I want to say, my friend. It was really nice having you all, join me in that communion with Earth as well. It is something that you asked for before, my friends, so I felt very good to actually be able to do it. This morning when I woke up, or let me backtrack even further. Yesterday, when we were talking about the crystals, I was like trying to figure out where I would try and fit it inside my day. More so, like not because I didn't have the time to, but more so to actually cater for you friends, so that you can actually see the crystals. Like it was still a little bit late for a lot of you, so I'm sorry about that. But now it's online. You can go and check out the crystal stream if you want to on the the Meltmore or the Meltmore username, I guess. But like I don't think I'll be posting. Oh no, I won't be posting it to YouTube. So it's gonna be on the Reddits. I feel like I'm casually hanging out with you all through these streams. I love you peoples. We are casually hanging out, Siobhan. Like there's this. So okay, now this is coming to me. Like at least this is what I'm feeling right now. We can literally ascend and descend constantly, and with our intention to ascend and descend into our body and then back to the heart and then into our body and back to our heart, we can basically almost fill ourselves with this sense of energy exchange. And for us to reside in this calmness, in this stillness, in this togetherness, we won't be able, even if we wanted to take ourselves there with our bodies. It is only something that we can do with our spirits. So by closing our eyes, becoming completely aware of our surroundings, and then watching it dissipate, watching our worries dissipate, watching our, financial worries, our relationship worries, our, nutritional worries, whatever it may be, allowing these things to completely dissipate out of our field of consciousness and become completely aware of the stillness we have inside of us. And when you become completely aware of that stillness, you're residing inside the mind of God, or with the mind of God, or with Source, or with the ultimate being of what it means to be. And when we start to basically practice being able to activate these senses of being, we're moving closer and closer to that oneness, to residing in the same space. And that space is within inside of each of us. And it's amazing for me to think just how much power we have already over our minds and over our bodies to be able to realize these things and to create these fields of energy around us that can have, global implications. It's blowing my mind just how powerful we are as beings, Siobhan. And we are creating a field of energy here, as you said, casually hanging out with friends, being calm, being still, being relaxed. Exactly the way it was intended to be. Where is your popper at? She's under blankets. When it's raining like this, she goes and lays on her couch, and then she has like a little blanket, and I pick it up and I tell her, Suki converse, Suki conversi. And then she just like pulls herself in, and then I tuck her in all around. and she's just like blissful being under her blanket. So she's not moving probably for a while. I've been having a stressful week, but today has proven to be slightly better than the rest. But I'm still quite stressed. It's a bad day, but not a terrible one, Melt. Okay, thank you for sharing some more information, Lane. I do appreciate it, and I do respect it as well. Yeah, I think that's all that needs to be said. I love you, my friend. I do love you. Hey, Jovan, almost forgot the N. Jova sounds like a cool name. Jova sounds like the male of Jovan, I think. 0.1 in a ball that would send me sideways. Yeah, like it is a gram though, so it's a little bit. It would be a little bit, but it would be more than enough to give you the desired effect. It is prison, you're right. Huh? What? As a former user, to compare to alcohol, uh, is that whoa, to that is absurd. My friend, like obviously, cocaine is a lot more addictive than alcohol. But the reason it's addictive is because it influences your dopamine system. And to an extent, alcohol can influence your dopamine system as well. But cocaine is a reuptake inhibitor, which means that as soon as you use this substance, it's going to use your naturally produced dopamine, and like think of it as like holding a button in. Like your brain produces these chemicals, and then it bonds to your brain, and then it detaches, and then it gets broken down, reused, and that's basically how your brain is supposed to function. When you take a reuptake inhibitor, it presses that molecule into your brain, and it holds it there for the period that the actual substance has effect on your body. And that is super destructive to your brain. It's like it gets wrecked. It's like literally destroying your brain by doing something like that, because that's not its default state. That's not how it's supposed to be functioning. It's supposed to be able to experience these things, release it, and then come back. And the problem as well with a substance like that, and with reuptake inhibitors in particular, is it uses up your naturally produced chemicals, and then you're kind of at like a lower state. Your base level gets dropped, and then you kind of have to like re-up to get that experience back, and then it drops your base level, drops your base level, drops your base level. And it's made that way to be addictive. Like the concentration is the biggest problem as well. Like people were chewing on cacao leaves to have like stamina back in the day, and when they were using it like that, it actually had health benefits. But because of the concentration and because of the frequency of use that people are abusing things with these days, that's why they have negative effects, my friend. So it's not me being absurd, as you said. I understand how these things work, and alcohol is one of them. Like alcohol, like no matter what you want to say about it, and like this is also something that's difficult for me to just come out right out and say, because I do smoke marijuana, and it's not something that I'm ashamed of, not something that I try to hide, and it is something that has helped me a lot in my life personally. And I was able to just go to a different country where it was completely illegal, to the point where they execute you if you're found selling this substance. And I completely took off from needing marijuana for an entire year and 4 months. And it didn't bother me. It wasn't something that I was like craving, or I was like, oh, I'll risk my life just to be able to get this substance. How many people that are frequent drinkers can just give up drinking for an entire year without it affecting them? It is, yeah, it's difficult, my friend. It's a very gray area as well. And I'm not saying, this is wrong, never do this thing. I'm just sharing my personal experience with these substances as well, and how I've seen they affect my personal being. And yeah, I guess that's all we can do at the end of the day, my friend. It is poison, you're right. Yeah, it is poison, my friend, unfortunately. Hi, Lane. I bought your track, Jova, kinda like Nova. I like. You're so nice, Jovan. Wow. You bought Lane's track, the Black Butterflies one. I actually listened to it this morning, and I was having a hard time like hearing what you're saying, so I kind of went back, and then I scrolled down on your track, and I saw that you had like lyrics to it, and then I could like actually listen to the track, reading the lyrics that you're like singing, and It like really opened up the actual meaning to the track to me, my friend. Thank you, Lane. I appreciate you creating, my friend. Woo! Stressful morning. I'm glad to be here with you all now. I'm glad to have you here now, Dan. I've listened to, I think, 5 of your tracks. I I stopped just before the ones that were differently titled, like the chain one or my chain one and the one just above it. But I'm through most of them so far, dude. It was some bangers. I really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. Where are you from? I'm from South Africa, friend. You never fail to make me smile, man. Such a positive guy. I'm happy to make you smile, friend. Like if I can put it like this is actually something that I put in my channel description as well. If I can make one person smile through this entire journey, then I've succeeded. You know? Like literally a smile is something that is so precious and something that's so powerful, and it radiates that joy that we have inside of our souls, and I'm so happy to make you smile, my friend. Smile some more and share that smile with others as well. Make someone else smile. I don't drink every day, but when I do drink, I can't stop, and it caused problems in my life. I'm so sorry that that happened, my friend. It's a problem, and as you said, it's the you have to continue drinking to continue experiencing the effects that you're supposed to experience, and I think that's the biggest problem with the substance. It's just the frequency, and it's toxic. It really is toxic. Like there's a point if you continue doing that, your body just dies. Like you get alcohol poisoning and you die. like and it kind of encourages you to continue drinking as well, just with the way that the substance works in your body. I'm getting like a little bit worked up about alcohol now. I'm not judging alcohol. I'm just looking at it a place from mystery and trying to figure out why it is a thing. I think it's also partly a thing because it's technically the easiest thing, and humans really enjoy drinking things as well, and we enjoy drinking things with our meals. So it probably originated out of necessity. I want to say almost like it was necessary for people to have alcohol initially, and alcohol is basically made with a fungus as well. It's basically just what do you call it? What's the English word for it? Gis. Yeast, right? Yeast, and yeast is basically a fungus that turns sugars into alcohol, and that's why you get your compound. But there's better funguses in this world. That's exactly what I was thinking with Jova. Just a supernova. And thanks, I appreciate you checking out my track. We appreciate you sharing, Lane. Like really, friends. We have the Discord, we have the r/meltmore. Please, if you want to, feel free to share your work with us. We would love to support you. I hear that's hard to put down too. The marijuana you're talking about? Anything is hard to put down if you want to attach yourself to something and you want to hold on to something, my friend. Like you can literally, it's like if you really want to talk about things that's hard to put down, let's talk about sugar. Yeah, sugar is the one that's gonna kick your ass. Like, it's very difficult. I fell asleep before you brought out your sacred geometry cards. I wish I could have been there, but sleep won. It's completely okay, Naomi. As I said, it's not the end of the world. The sacred, like I think I pulled like 6 sacred geometry cards, so it was fun. It was fun for those of us who did pull some. I think I pulled one for Little Red, and I pulled one for Javon, but I don't think I pulled one for any of our other friends. Not friends that's names I know. Like I feel more close to Javon and Little Red than I did to the rest. So it was nice. It really was nice. There's a guy called Bonemore doing a similar thing to what you're doing, morning streaming. Good. Let him stream, my friend. Let more creativity, more passion, more life permeate this beautiful world of ours. Yeah, I thought he was doing a parody of you, but he claims not. I don't mind, my friend, at all. Actually, I really don't mind. It makes me very happy to see there's more people creating, more people expressing themselves. Morning melting some cheese right now over my eggies. That sounds really good. nice, high protein, high fat diet. I hope you're not eating toast. No, I'm judging. No, no, I'm not gonna allow myself to judge. I hope that you have an absolutely nutritious meal and that it serves you well, my friend. What are your thoughts on astrology? Ah, difficult question for me to answer just directly. I think the best way for me to answer it would be to say, or to claim ignorance. I've not spent enough time studying the field of astrology to make a clear claim of like it's nonsense or it's not. I've done a little bit of reading, like based on my own star signs and the way that they're supposed to affect my personality and the being I am, if you will. But I think, as everything, it's about how much power you give it. So, the same thing with crystals, the same thing with substances, the same thing with food, the same thing with your intentions for this world. Whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. Brahma? What do you mean, Brahma, my friend? Um, can you be an atheist and a Buddhist? So apparently they call Buddhism the atheistic religion. And basically why they say that is because in Buddhism you're not recognizing any one perception of God, basically. Yeah, you're allowing and like one of the things that they say in Buddhism and in Taoism as well is that if you know completely what God is, then you don't actually know completely what God is. So I think you can technically be an atheist and a Buddhist at the same time, yes. That which is behind it all. Hmm? The Brahma, I guess you mean? You can be whatever you want. Yes, you can, my friend. You're very right. And we have the capacity to be those things as well. It's it's like an infinite, like you've probably seen, it was a post on Reddit recently. It's like this tree branching effect, and then this one green line that goes through it, and then it says your path so far, and then it's a line that goes through it, and it like splits out into like hundreds of little green lines. Your life from now, and it's just this infinite possibilities that we have in front of us, my friend. Does the world have a creator? We are actively creating in this world as well, my friend. So yes, absolutely. Oh, Eva is such a sweet pea. She is. She is Jovan. I love her so much. Like every time I look at that dog, I just get flooded by like this sense of companionship and closeness to her. Like especially since she's hairless as well. I feel like she understands what it has to be, what it's like to be human as well, a little bit more than our other dogs do. Just the way that she likes getting under blankets, like she get likes getting dressed as well, at least when it's cold. But yeah, just a little person, really. The universe has a creator. We are all creators. There you go, micro. Perfect. All creation is recreation and destruction. Yep, yep, yep. This is true as well. The universe is a creator. Yes, exactly, my friend. What's weird is that it's a constant, so does creation even exist? It is. Like, there is creation. Like, creation, so mystery births, or out of mystery, mystery is born. And into mystery, mystery will dissipate as well. And it's a cycle, you know. Mystery begets more mystery, and then that mystery dissipates, which creates mystery, creating more mystery, dissipates, it just keeps going. Awareness, my friend. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing with me as well. Aunt B, I always appreciate your presence in chat so much. And congratulations, do tell Uncle Becky, like congratulations on his getting to the top 2 this week on RPAN, right? I couldn't comment on the announcements page, but I'm so happy for you. Really, that it warms my heart. We're like already, you know, taking steps towards changing the world, my friends. So true about alcohol with COVID and being an essential worker. I noticed my alcohol consumption increase, working on using it less. It's okay, Justin. Don't beat yourself up. And I'm like sharing my experience and my thoughts about alcohol just because I do think of it as a destructive force in our, you know, growth to being what we're supposed to be, because I believe in my personal opinion, it almost it numbs. Like that's what I think of it. It's a numbing agent. And in this world right now, a lot of people need to be numbed. And it's a vicious cycle of needing to be numbed and then not being able to be your full self. And then because you can't be your full self, you're in pain, so you need to be numbed. And then So I'm not judging or saying, oh, you should stop drinking alcohol right now, Justin. We should give ourselves some leeway as well to forgive ourselves of these things as well, and to know that there is a better way, and to start developing a better way for ourselves and for the ones that we love as well. Yeah, the style I went for kind of suggested the vocals. I like how it came out, but I think the vocals could have came out better. I think they could have came out clearer, but I don't think they could have came out better, Lane. I think they were perfectly perfect the way that they were, but maybe a little bit more clarity would have given it a little bit more of a tinge, something to listen to, if you will. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your kind words. Thank you for sharing, Dan, and thank you for creating, my friend. That's what's most important. You put a smile on so many faces every day. You put a smile on my face, May face. Like May is how we say my. You put a smile on my face every single day, my friends. So I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I can't even. Hey, is this Mark Gagnon? No, it's not, my friend. It's Meltmore. I have to catch you all later. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you, Lane, for being here for as long as you were. You're probably already gone. Have a good day, Lane. Fermentation, lol? What do you mean, Auntie B? I don't understand. Fermentation? One of my best friends died of liver failure at 26 yesterday. Yeah, don't drink a lot, guys. That is absolutely terrible, my friend. I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm so sorry that he lost his life to something so mundane and unnecessary. I'm sending you positivity and love, my friend. Oh, it ferments. Yeah, yeast isn't a fungus. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is, actually. I might be wrong. Someone go and Google. But the thing that creates alcohol, the fermentation process, the thing that ferments, I think that's what you're talking about when you're saying fermentation, Aunt B, sorry. It's basically this process of turning sugars into alcohol. And what's doing that is a fungus. I know this much. It might not be yeast, but it might also be. I believe studies have shown sugar is more and just as addictive as cocaine. Yeah, it's 6 times as addictive as cocaine. It's 6 times easier to stop doing cocaine than it is to stop doing sugar. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. How many hours do you stream? About an hour and a half. No. 2.5 hours a day, basically. That's the average. What's wrong with toast? Nothing is wrong with toast. It's just pure sugar, basically. Like anything that's not protein or fat is carbohydrates, and carbohydrates spike insulin. Spiked insulin creates inflammation. Like it's so difficult to get everything right, and it's not something that I want to say like this is the way, no, that's dogma, and that's the last thing that I want. Toast has its place as well. Hey Ryan, good morning everyone from Montana. Hello Ryan, thank you for being here with us, my friend. You just reminded me that I can give things power. It's something we have to kind of remind ourselves of every single day and in every single moment, that we are the ones giving things power. And by allowing ourselves to come to that realization and living that realization, actively participating in that realization, that is exactly how we're going to create the lives that we want, my friend. Hello Jabat, I hope your day is going well. I have work today, so getting ready and listening. I'm happy that you are tuning in nonetheless, Ryan. Are you excited for work? I'm kind of curious as well, because it seems you have off days. Do you have like off days because of shift differences, or do you actually have like paid leave days because of the cold or something? I'm kind of curious. Is that lean? No, my friend. It's water. It is a purple cup, my purple drink, you know, but no, it's just water, my friend. Small steps towards tangible goals. Exactly. We're actively taking these small steps as well. 2 years sober from drinking. I always melt more though, so help me. So to help my energy out. Yeah, I feel like, at least for my personal experience and how I've been using marijuana lately, I've been using it as a meditative aid as well. And I recognize, even in using it as a meditative aid, that I'm using it, like, I feel like I'm using it with a good intention, because I'm like using it for my own spiritual growth, right? That's basically my just intention for why is it I'm smoking right now. But but I've also kind of allowed myself to feel these feelings of, I don't want to become dependent on a substance to be able to gain enlightened states of mind through meditation. So yeah, I'm still growing and still like confronting these things in my field of awareness and allowing myself to change, because I think as soon as you tell yourself this is the only way, this is how I'm going to constantly do it forever and for always, then you're lost, because then you're going to be like, no, no one else can teach me anything, no experience is going to be significant enough for me to change my mind, and then you're just closing yourself off from a whole plethora of experience. Thank you for the helpful, my friend. I think I've already said thank you, but thank you again. Being aware of the numbness is the first step. Exactly, my friend. That is the first step that we have to take. My brother is like breaking ice off of the freezer. Sorry, my friends. I'm sorry. It's gonna get better. I like you will stop eventually. Alcohol is a deep nervous system depressant. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Why are you so happy? Because I have so many beautiful friends. So many beautiful friends. How could I not be happy? Thanks for sharing, Ryan. Yes, thank you, Ryan. And thank you for thanking Ryan for sharing as well, Justin. I appreciate you. The way you put it is so beautiful. Mystery. We're living in mystery, my friends. And allowing yourself to live in a state of wonder and a state of complete calmness, regardless of the things that's happening. Like, it's mysterious to me how my brother is beating on that fridge right now. It's so mysterious. Because what can I do about it? Like, these things are things that are like outside of my control, and it's something that I can get upset about, something I can allow myself to get perturbed by, something that will, take peace from my soul and from my spirit. Or I can just, look at it and be like, knock, 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 knock. Even create a little pattern in my head. See it as little pebbles being dropped in my fields of consciousness. I could be dramatic and be like, oh, how dare you create these ripples in my field of consciousness. Or I could be like, oh, look, ripples. And then they go past me. And then we constantly live into that knowing and that experience and that calmness and that stillness that we have inside of our souls. Yeast is a type of fungus. Yes, thank you, Justin. I knew. I was pretty sure, but I had to self-doubt myself a little bit because I had some resistance in chat. I'm happy that you went and checked. Thanks, Justin. I'm really proud of the fact too. Wasn't easy to quit, lol. I just love to see how far I've come with my life. I'm very happy to see how I'm very happy to see how far you've come as well, Ryan. I'm kind of curious now. In the last 2 years since you've stopped drinking, is that also the time that you actually started reading all of those books? Or was it in reading those books that you kind of made the decision to stop drinking as well? Like, I'm really curious. I disagree about the Coke versus sugar thing, bro, for real. My friend, try stopping sugar completely and never touching it again in your life. Then you'll see. And you'll see, my friend. Trondo explain by chance? I'm just wondering. I'm not sure what Trondo is either, actually. Maybe. Oh, the friend, Trondo77. Yeah, please do explain. Dance already? No. I'm done. I'm not dancing today. Let me just say that. Everything in moderation except love. This is the way. Yeah. So, like, ugh, the gist of, I think, my belief system these days is that love is the only thing that's actually real in our lives. Like, every single thing that we're experiencing in our lives is an expression of love. Like the trees, the birds, the very thing that it is you're sitting on right now, if it's a chair, if it's the floor, these things are expressions of love, because instead of there being nothing, there is something. And for there to be something, there has to be the will and the desire to create something. So the fact that there is something instead of nothing means that love, or infinite consciousness, loving itself and loving creation so much that it wanted to create. It had a desire to create, and that's exactly why we are. And it's profoundly amazing. Love is the answer, my friends. I'm excited for work, so my days off work is 1 day. I work for 10 hours, then 2 days off, so I work just 3 days a week. Okay, that's sick. That's so sick, Ryan. How do you spend your extra days? I've noticed that you tend to travel, or at least tend to explore areas around you, and like it really makes me happy. I would love to hear more of your adventures. Meditate sober and then less sober. Huh. Meditate sober and then less sober? I do both, fortunately. I have about 2 meditation sessions in my day. So you can technically say 3 if you really want to get technical. So morning dance meditation. I would like to call it a meditation because it's a little bit of a ritual, something that I do with intention. Then my after 2 meditation session, I meditate for 33 minutes and 33 seconds. And this is usually obviously completely sober. And then just before I go to bed, I usually smoke some bud, and then I go and pull my sacred geometry cards. I write down something that I'm grateful for inside of my day, or what I experienced throughout my day, and then I can, go inside, actually meditate, and find that stillness. Hey, it's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you again as well, my friend. Thank you for being here with us. Miss Boop the Snoot. Auntie B, thank you for the helpful. I really do appreciate it. Are you indoors today? Technically indoors, because I'm sitting under the roof. It started off today raining a lot. It's not raining too much right now, but yeah, the lighting should be a lot better for some, well, not for some reason, just for the reason that I have lights on my face today. Otherwise, it'd be completely shrouded in darkness. Man, he really is going to town on that freezer. Yeah, he really is. Stillness, just letting it pass through our fields of consciousness, watching the little waves. Woo, and it keeps going, like regardless. We can hold on to this wave and be like, oh, how dare you, lose your mind. Or you can just let the wave go. I almost missed you this morning. That would be an absolute tragedy, my friend. Thank you for making it. Thank you for sharing the space with us. Sending you this, Aunt B. How are the hedgehogs? The hedgehogs are well, actually. How did you... I've only talked like maybe 2 times about the hedgehogs. They're well. My sister is taking care of them. They're her hedgehogs. And we've made like a bunch of... like little places to live for them. They have these little domes, and they're covered in grass, and like the grass in the little enclosure. So they have like a really nice enclosure. It's about 2 meters by 2 meters big. So like for a hedgehog that small, that's a lot of space. And then there's like actual grass growing in their little enclosure, and they have like a little pan. It's basically just a steel pan that is like inset into the ground. So it's like they have their little own body of water. And they're just vibing, yeah. They're just absolutely vibing. Really, such cute creatures. Thank you, my fellow hard warrior. We are hard warriors, Auntie B. Man, we're creating something that is very necessary. All of us here in this moment, friends, we're creating a space in which we can heal. And when you allow yourself to heal, and when you create a space of healing within of yourself, that like healing space, like it's going to first permeate your being, healing your being, your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul. And then as you allow yourself to be healed, you won't need that healing anymore and will expand past you. And the more of this healing energy that we process and focus on and encourage, the more this healing energy is going to permeate our entire collective consciousness. And as it does that, and as it completely encapsulates this planet, we're going to heal each other in love. And love is going to be the answer. It's inevitable at this point. It's the only way that we can do it. Hey, evil Troy. Hey, lazy bee. Morning, dudes. Hey, Brad. Welcome, my friend. How have you been? It's nice to have you in chat. Aloha, aloha, Brenda. Thank you for being here with us as well. So I found my spirit when I quit drinking. So easier put, I found all of the information in my books as a year before I quit drinking. Okay, so it was like you were confronted with all of this information, and you were like feeling like something was, not in alignment, and then you stopped drinking, and that kind of allowed you to move out of your state of numbness, or your state of lowering your vibrational frequency. And that's why, at least in my opinion, I believe you were also allowed to experience your spirit. Man, it's wild. Sending love to you, my dear friend. Thank you, Brenda. I'm sending love to you as well. How's your son? I hope his leg is better. Do tell us if his leg is better. Brother, be working really hard. It's okay. Your freezer won't have all that ice. Yeah, he is. He is working hard. So, like, the reason he's cleaning the fridge. So I'm not even going to go and talk to him about this. I'm just going to be calm about it. Is we're getting... so one of our cattle got... Man, I feel like I shouldn't be saying these things. We turned one of our cattle into food. So, like, fortunately, having our own cattle, we know where our meat comes from. We know how that animal lived, how that animal was treated. All of our animals are free range. None of them have to be in camps or, in, what do you call them? Food crawler, feeding. I don't know what you call it in English. Basically, one of those boxes in which the cattle don't move and they just have a place to put their head and eat. Fortunately, that's not what our cattle has to go through. And yeah, I've talked about this before. Ideally, I would like all of my meat to be sourced from like lab-grown meat or something like that. But for the time being, this is what we have. This is what we have. Things are getting better. So that's basically why he's cleaning the fridge. Is the meat is going to arrive today. So like, I understand he is doing a good job, and I'm going to congratulate him and thank him for that as well. For doing the things that not everyone wants to do. At the end of the day, that is exactly what divinity is as well. My dude, I've stopped marijuana after taking terrible withdrawal symptoms. Night sweats, paranoia, no appetite, and insomnia. That sounds horrible, Panda Squash. I hope that is helping for you. How long have you stopped? And how long did your withdrawal systems actually continue in your field of consciousness? Mel, your words are sacred text. I can't exactly say that, my friend. I do appreciate you in appreciating the things that I say. I feel more so than ever that it has become a responsibility of mine to help not only myself but all of our friends to take steps closer and closer to this realization, to this enlightenment, if you will. My mom just came past me. Hello, Mama. Hello, Sissy. Hello, Mama. There we go. So yeah, that's basically the gist of it, my friends. I don't think of my words as sacred text, because that would be me putting myself on some pedestal. I do believe that the words that we share with each other, and the words that you allow me to share as well, like, that's also something I want to be very clear about. I feel like your influence in my journey and your influence with your comments, with the things that you tell me, with the things that you say, it allows me to actually be this expression of love. If I was just here in my own, I'd just be meditating in stillness, which can also be very good, obviously. But thank you, friends. Thank you so much for allowing me this space. I saw your old video and the hedgehogs are so cute. Okay, that makes sense, my friend. They are really cute. That sounds wonderful for them. Yeah, I think they're like in the grand scheme of, living conditions that hedgehogs usually have. I feel like they're quite up there, like the 1% of hedgehogs. I need to get a notebook for watching your streams. Like Ryan actually does that. I wonder if he's going to say that. Um, if you want to get a notebook, my friend, please do. Like writing down things that are being said that resonate with your soul will allow you to absorb the information more fully and to actually practice that information. But I do appreciate you being so nice, my friend. Writing, listening to music, meditate for about an hour while melting the world time with Blue Dream. Love is the only way. Love is the only way, Ryan. Thank you for sharing, my friend. He's doing awesome. He's so brave. I'm so proud of him. I'm proud of him as well. You should tell him for me, Brenda. Confined animal feeding operations. There we go. Like, I think that is the real problem of the meat industry. I think eating meat in itself is not evil, but the way that animals are treated, especially in the, factory farming industry, that is evil. And it's not for me to say what's evil. You see, now I don't want to contradict myself because everything is perfectly neutral. Even the fact that these animals are being treated in such horrible ways. Like, this is also a neutral event. How we feel about it is what creates the sense of evil, the sense of shame, the sense of guilt, the sense of hurt. But if you extrapolate time, far enough, everything that's born in time will also perish in time. Freaking, it's difficult. Spirituality is difficult, my friend. It's an active pursuit. It is an active pursuit. I look forward to the day when we don't have to eat animals anymore. That is how I feel at the moment, though. Like, I do look forward to the day. I thank God every day for sparing his life back on January 21st, 2020. I was scared senseless that I was gonna lose him. Do you want to tell us what happened, Brenda? I'm curious now. Do feel free to tell us. Good morning, dude. Good morning to you, Henry. Henry Limpet? Good morning, Henry. Welcome, my friend. Just finding out I can play the stream on my car's speakers while I drive. That sounds sick. Then I can permeate your field of consciousness on the outside as well, not just through your small little phone speaker. Ooh, now I'm getting mind blown again. So, like, imagine what's happening right now just with our technology. So, I'm speaking and I'm saying things, right? My words are being picked up by a little microphone. Like, literally the entire microphone isn't even as big as my thumb. It's turning my words into binary frequencies or binary code. It's also turning this footage into binary code. It's uploading it all the way to the internet. It is going to a main server, and you're all tuning into that server, basically downloading all of this information. It is extrapolating those binary bits and creating the image that is on your screen. And it is extrapolating the binary bits and creating frequencies of music or frequencies of sound through your speakers by vibrating air, which means that the same vibrations of air that I'm making with my voice right now is reaching you across the world. What? How is that possible? Black magic, it sounds like, at least. If you were to explain something like that to someone in the Middle Ages, they'd be like, oh, you're a witch. You're a witch, cool. You're gonna get burned at this stake. Life is profound. Is anyone in your family as upbeat, positive, and mindful as you? Or has your positivity rubbed off on any of your family members? It's difficult, my friend. I think in my personal journey, I've had to do, I've, so I think, okay, let me put this way. I think my family is more upbeat, more happy, and what's the other word? More positive. What did you use? Yeah, positive. Upbeat, positive, and mindful. So I think my family is more mindful, more upbeat, and more positive than the general type of family. And when I was in my depressive state, I was like the odd one out because of the way that I was. I was completely the opposite in that sense. And I feel like because I went through that state of being, I am the way that I am right now. And it's difficult for me to quantify whether they are or not the same that I am. And I think in a word, I'd say no, but I am actively trying to get them to do the things that I'm into. Just meditation. They refuse to meditate. I don't know why. It makes me mildly frustrated, but eventually, I guess, I'll get through to them. Hi, Jacob. Who's Jacob, Edmund? Oh, Jacob, 42. Yes, actually, I remember Jacob. Thank you, my friend, for being here. Thank you, as always, for being here. Cheers from New York, brother. Cheers to you as well, Wacky. Welcome to South Africa. Why can't it be both? Evil and neutral? So, like, evil is basically the creation of something within inside of ourselves. And it like comes back to the whole contrast thing. Death is so that we may live. And it's difficult, my friend. It's I think the biggest problem is the fact that we want to quantify things and we want to put things in little boxes, and like when things are actually just infinite. And that I think that's maybe the problem. So would genocide be a neutral event, and it only how we respond that makes evil? I'm confused because that is evil through and through. Like that's the thing I'm saying as well, friend. So yes, at the end of the day, even something as horrible, and I'm saying that because that's my perception of it, as horrible as genocide, would be a neutral event. Because again, if you extrapolate throughout time far enough, like the our universe is going to die in a heat death. So let's say a genocide happens in a week, millions of people die. Over billions and billions of years, life is going to recreate. It's going to create more circumstances in which there can be experiences. And that genocide, even in its own, was an experience that the universe wanted to experience. And even though subjectively, in the way that we view the world and the way that we add perceptions, that is something that's absolutely horribly evil. It is not horribly evil in the divine mind of God or in the divine experience that the universe wants to experience. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's a really weird concept to wrap your head around. And it's something that creates a lot of turmoil in me as well, because I am even having a hard time wrapping my head around it. But I'm trying to. I'm trying to learn, my friend. I'm trying to. Melt vibrations are in my ear with my Beats headphones. It makes me feel like I'm right next to the melt while he talks. Closing my eyes helps even more. We are, friend, like we are next to each other because we're residing in a space of calm and a space of love and a space of stillness. And this is what we're creating. And your body can't take you there. It's only when you close your eyes and you completely dissipate anything physical that we reside in that same space. And that's the part that trips me out. Ooh, flash eating disease. Okay, I was having a hard time reading that word. Said he was a day away from losing his life. He had 4 surgeries on his left leg in 7 days. He went through a whole lot, my friend. He's only starting walking recently. Wow, that is crazy, Brenda. I'm gonna send your son. Do you mind telling me his name? Actually, I'm gonna send him some love anyway. I'm imagining the sense of complete white light. I'm seeing him walking with a lot of pain in his leg right now, and it's creating slight suffering in his condition as he has a hard time walking. And I see this white light almost like sneaking up on him as he's like walking in pain. And it is illuminating his leg completely. It is removing all of the dead tissue. It's removing all of the inflammation. It's removing all of the uncomfortability, all of the carcinogens, all of the dead cells that are not serving his regeneration and his purpose anymore. And I see it completely being burned away. I see his leg being completely healed, and I see him with a smile on his face as he is able to walk exactly the way that he's supposed to. Thank you, Brenda, for sharing, and tell him that I'm sending him love, like I really am. Sending you love and him love, Brenda. Thank you, Justin, for sending love, my friend. That must not like they must not like being idle. Yeah, they don't. They're actually pretty movie. Always jittery. Try a movement meditation with them, dance party. They're also not keen on dancing. Uh, it's difficult, my friend. Not keen on dancing. Not so much keen on, you know, what do I say? So I can protect myself. Maybe just say substances. Not so keen on meditation. Not so keen on pulling cards. Not so keen on. Oma van dans. Mm. Mamma het vir my gesê mamma hou nie van alleen dans nie. Okay. Okay, so my mom is like, what are you talking about? I do like dancing. And then I'm like, but alone, dancing alone. And she's like, yeah, okay, I don't like dancing alone. I like to dance with someone. I'm like, you see, that's the problem. Like when you dance alone and for yourself, then you're dancing alone and for yourself. It's a personal expression of creation, not so much a dance between you and someone else. It could be a dance between you and the music, but then I feel it's more personal. It's creating that sense of self or experiencing that sense of self. Sending sending love from Montana. Quit while I care about you and love you energy. We all do, Brenda. We really all do. Drive safe, Jacob. Please do drive safe, Jacob. Like don't get too distracted. Keep your eyes on the road. That's what family is for. Quit agreeable. I hope your day is going well. So her name is Brenda. Actually, quit agreeable is Brenda. Like Brenda has been one of the first people tuning into the streams actually, and I'm very grateful for her as well. He's awesome spirit helped him through all of it, and it will always. Like it's our spirit that's going to carry us through this entire experience, and that's what's most important. I went back and looked at some of your first streams on here. I feel like you can actually see the progression of growth in your conversations with people and your outlook on things. It's really cool to see. Plus, you can tell you have lost. So, I'm not sure what you mean, friend. And I do agree with you. So, this is actually something that I was thinking about today. How I'm definitely on a journey to awaken spiritually. And this is something that I'm actively trying to do, and I feel like I'm not even scratching the surface of how spiritually awakened I'm supposed to be. And I feel like these streams and me doing these streams every single day, creating this space, sharing completely my experience in growth, it's something that I believe is very honest, because a lot of like spiritual leaders that we kind of know about, we just kind of see them instantly as this like, oh, spiritual leader, and that is like the gist of what we know about it. So I feel like by allowing myself to grow in these spaces and completely being open and honest with myself and sharing the things that I'm going through, I honestly hope that I can encourage and inspire others to take up the same torch, walk the same path, if you will, because I'm just a person. I'm just a random dude living in South Africa who likes taking pictures of flowers, who enjoys eating good food, who likes having conversations with friends, who who is living, breathing, communicating thing, being. And that's what we all are. And that's what we've been given. We're creators in essence, in exactly the the things that we are. And we have this capacity to enlighten ourselves and to transcend. And I hope to do it with you, my friends. Every single one of you is coming along with me. Love how your dad still grows bud for you. He did grow bud for me like last year. Yeah, like that's the thing as well. So my dad is actually a lot more open. My dad and my oldest brother are the only ones open about cannabis. Like my little brother as well, but he's still too young to actually do it. And that's like the thing as well. Like my dad is a lot more open, and he uses it for his blood pressure as well, and it helps him. So he recognizes now more than ever that it can be used as a medicine, but for a long time he didn't see it as that. My comment got off, lost some weight in your sunrise hand sessions, sending you positivity and continued enlightenment on your journey. Thank you, friend. I have lost a lot of weight actually. Like one of our friends yesterday asked me to share my weight loss journey, and I'm not quite there yet to the point where I would be willing to share my weight loss journey, but I will eventually. I'll post a photo on the r/meltmore if you want to see. Do something for yourself, like dancing and creating. You're subconsciously learning to love yourself. You can fully love others until you truly know how to love yourself. Stonks. Exactly right, Jovan. Thank you so much for sharing that insight, because you're right. You're so right. Being able to love someone else, you have to. It's not a like a maybe, something you can do. You absolutely have to, unequivocally, unfailably, and forever be able to love yourself first, so that you have that capacity to share that love as well. Like it's, as I said, it's creating this small little beam of light of love inside of yourself, and then that beam of light becoming bigger and bigger in a torus field around you, healing yourself, and then so doing healing others as well. Brenda, I wasn't sure, lol. So nice to meet you. And to know your name. I'm Ryan S. Soroshin, and thank you for sharing your name as well, Ryan. Meld, my man. Hey, Todd. Welcome here, my friend. Thank you for being here with us. I feel like sometimes I can be my own worst enemy. So if I can love my worst enemy, the rest comes easy. Exactly, Jovan. Like it's the old no claimer. Is like, am I using that word correctly? I'm not sure. But of looking yourself in the mirror and recognizing the devil is there, you know. Literally. You are the most divine being and the most evil being, all encompassed into one. And it's by defeating this evil nature within inside of yourself that you become truly enlightened, and you become truly transcendent, and you pass that part of yourself and you become something more and bigger. My phone died, friend. To your last question, I've been off for over a week. Okay, okay, that's good, my friend. How's it been? Like my question also kind of went into, has your symptoms, your withdrawal symptoms, actually quieted down? I'm really curious. I love that, Jovan. I also do, actually, Jovan. Thank you for sharing that. I love you, Edmund. Oh, look at that. What language were you speaking with your mom? Ek het Afrikaans met my ma gepraat, actually. Afrikaans is die taal wat ek eerste praat. Dis 'n baie vinnige taal ook, vir al die maniere ek dit praat, so ek kan 'n bietjie mompel partykeer. I basically said Afrikaans is the language that I speak. It is a language I've grown up speaking, but I can speak it really fast, so it kind of like sounds like a bunch of, like a mess sometimes. Like me and my dad can sometimes talk to each other, and we would, you know, mumble to each other, speaking our main language, and only me and him understand each other. Wow, Jobot, that really describes myself. I have only learned to love myself in the past 3 years. I think it's so tragic to me as well how hidden this information is. I want to say, not exactly hidden, but how we're not teaching this information to our young, our youth. Like you're there's no class, and there should be a class of how to love yourself, how to be a creator, how to expand your awareness. Hopefully one day, hopefully the society that we're moving into is going to be that. Melt, I wish I could chill and listen, but work is calling. Positive vibes your way. Keep the journey going. Thank you, Todd. Thank you for being here for as long as you were. And thank you for being so diligent in your work as well. I'll see you again next time, my friend. Good morning from Tennessee. Having Hope you all have slash are having a good one. Thank you, friend. I hope that you're going to have a good one as well. Like it's morning hours for you, my friends. If you're going to be interacting with people, try and make them smile. Try and just put like a little bit of hope, a little bit of light, a little bit of love into their lives. Something that's desperately needed in the world right now. True words, everyone. I needed this word. This words about self-care and loving yourself fully. Thank you all. Thank you, friend. Thank you for taking in this information and for making it a part of your being. Like that's the thing as well. I and all of our friends unfortunately can't do anything for you. We can be there for you, we can share information with you, we can help guide you. But at the end of the day, it's going to be you that makes that decision, and it's you that's going to take that control, and it's you that's going to make a difference in your own life. And when you take that control, when you become completely aware of your power to change yourself and the world, that's when we'll be able to. In English is taught in your schools then? Yes, it is. It is one of the, so basically our first language, and then English is mandatory. Oops, it's supposed to say both and not the B word. Typo predicted text. Not sure if the comment went through. I don't think it did, Brenda. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Hey, Toasty, happy Saturday, brother. Saturday? Saturday? Is it Saturday today? Is it Saturdag? No, it's Friday. You had me confused there for a second, Toasty. All we need is love. All we need is love, my friend. Thank you, Yash, for the all-seeing upvote, my friend. And welcome. I appreciate you friends being here. I know my son and you sat down to chat. You both would become awesome friends. You both have such awesome and positive spirits. I'm sure as well, my friend. And that's the thing as well that's beautiful to me, is that even though we're separated by thousands and thousands of kilometers, we can still share this friendship with each other. And we can still, as you said, sit down and chat. Like it's not the traditional sitting down and chatting, but it is sitting down and chatting at the end of the day. And it makes me happy to be able to have friends like this. I was just talking about how it's odd the lessons that are prioritized in schools and how meditation, cooperation, and mental health isn't one of them. Yeah, yeah, none of these things are taught to kids. And it's like having a healthy meditation schedule in your life. Like if I was to tell someone, like if someone were to ask me, what is one thing I can do that can completely change my life? I tell them to start meditating. And yeah, like it's so powerful. And yet we don't teach it to our kids. Toasty, I always hear the Mortal Kombat Toasty in my head. Mortal Kombat Toasty? Like I don't have that sound bit in my head. I didn't play too much Mortal Kombat. Now that's what I am going to hear from now. Oh no, you have infected Yash. Now I have to go and like Google search or YouTube Toasty Mortal Kombat soundbite so I can have it in my head as well. Yeah, I know some schools have started to offer meditation, yoga, and such, but it is such a small number. It would be good to see it increase. You know what the problem is of that as well for me? Like it's amazing that schools are actually doing that, but I can guarantee you, just the same way that like art class or the music club or Glee, is it Glee, a cappella, whatever, like all of these like smaller groups of stuff, like those kids that are choosing to meditate, choosing to do yoga, are gonna be made fun of. That, or their parents will refuse that they go to something like that, or it's going to be like something that kids are not keen to do because it's not something that is exciting. I feel it's very important. Like the question is as well, can you and like this is something that I struggle with as well myself. So sorry for interrupting myself constantly, but my head is going 1,000 places at the same time. I want to be able to raise my kids in a way, like when I have kids one day, where they have like a little bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a foot in the door, head up on me, not a head up on me. Just I want them to be in a position where they have more capacity for spiritual growth than I was as a kid. And the question is, can you meditate with a 5-year-old kid? Is that something that's possible? Because they're so busy and like running around, would they be able to create that sense of calm within themselves? And would I be trying to take something away from their childhood selves if I tried to not force them, try to encourage them to meditate as well? It's difficult. It's having kids. Oh my, I'm I'm gonna have to be a good dad. Yeah, no other option than that. But I like the problem is I want to be such a good dad that I don't want to do anything that would be unethical, even if I think, in my personal opinion, it would be something that's beneficial. And I feel like a lot of harmful things happens with the best intentions, and I don't want to fall into that trap myself. I also recently saw a Netflix documentary about meditation. Nice to see the ideas getting out there. It really is. And it's the interesting thing about it as well is the fact that this idea is like thousands of years old. It's not something that's new, but it is something that people are now, for the first time again, stepping into and becoming aware of. Sorry, Yashi. That's great. That gives me feels. I hopefully through positive results we'll see a movement. I think we will, Jovan. I think we will. Like I did express my feelings on the school meditations. I just hope that it is something that will be communicated correctly, because it's very difficult for a young mind to wrap its head around the idea of spirituality. And I feel it's very important to enforce these ideas from a very young age, like in the, what do you call it, the hypnotic state of existence, like from the age 1 to 7. You have to teach kids that these things are possible so that they can completely accept it into their lives as well. Don't Google it, Mel. You mean the toasty sound? Um, there need be a broader acceptance before it catches on. Like we are broadening that acceptance at the moment, fortunately. Meditation has helped me keep my thoughts in order. I have only learned to allow my thoughts to flow freely like a river and focus on my in and out breath like an ocean wave. I'm happy to hear that, Ryan. That sounds perfect, my friend. I'm having my first in September. A surprise, but a happy one. You having your first child in September? Congratulations, Mark. That makes me so happy, my friend. Uh, it might be, as you say, a surprise, but you're bringing another being of light into this world. And as long as you respect your child as a being of light, you teach it how to be a being of light, and you show it how to treat others as beings of light, then we're going to have a winner on our hands. I hope to see him change the world as well, or her change the world as well. Kids can meditate. My 8-year-old has sensory integration disorder, and he was taught belly breathing as a way to calm his anxiety. That sounds amazing, Justin. I'm so happy to hear that, my friend, and thank you for sharing that information with me. It kind of gives me calm in thinking of having my own kids. Mel, you will be a great dad, Brother Bear. I love you. Just remember that parenting is a trial and error. Yeah, life is trial and error at the end of the day as well, Ryan. Like, it's constantly trial and error. And, like, we even have the capacity to hurt ourselves. And that's the thing that scares me. Because we have so much capacity to hurt ourselves. I would never want to hurt my child or to hinder them in their process of growth. Congrats, Mark. I have 4. Justin, you mad lad. Didn't you have TV? Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. My family also has 4 kids, and my dad's brother has 5 kids, and my dad grew up in a family of 8 kids. So you're doing fine, my friend. They are probably a handful, but I can see you as a good dad. You're already in the correct mind space to become a successful father, Melt. Impressed. Thank you. Thank you so much, Toasty. Thank you for saying that. One day. I'm not ready just yet. Not even close to being ready, but I'll get there. Whoa, that's cool, Ryan. Actually, no TV. Good, good. I think like we also didn't have TV growing up, and I think it is beneficial. Like you're allowing a space for your kids to actually be creative and allow themselves to be their divine selves instead of having all of this external influence. But my friends, the stream has come to an end. Thank you so much for sharing the space with me as always. I love you so much, my friends. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Wait a second. Lazy B sent a comment. I'll read Lazy B's comment before I actually end it. The comment disappeared. I'm asking whoever said their son does belly breathing. I had to exit and come back. Yes, so Justin, Evil Troy and Evil Abed is the one whose son does the breathing exercises. I think the message for today, just because it was almost like forced upon us, is to try meditating, my friends. Try meditating. Like meditation is something that's very beneficial. It has helped me a lot in my life. I hope that you try it as well. I love you, and I'm sending you love and light, my friends. I hope to see you again tomorrow.